What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you missed the last upload, I traded cars with Amir, the car biz on YouTube, and he gave me his G65 in exchange for my E63. I've been driving it around for the last day or so and gotten to know the car pretty well. And, well, I'm not the biggest fan of it. The G65 is ridiculous in every single way. It makes absolutely no sense. It's a military vehicle. It's based on a design from the 1970s. It has a massive V12 in it, weighs over 6,000 pounds, isn't necessarily all that good at off-roading in the current setup that it is with these 21-inch wheels, and it doesn't ride very well. It also costs $225,000. So, I mean, it wouldn't be a Vehicle Virgins video without borrowing my friend's car and doing a 5 things I hate about the G-Wagon. So, that's what we're gonna do today. And then my friend's gonna come over. We're gonna do some coating on his BMW. I'm excited for that. And then, yeah, we need to get the McLaren fixed up. I'm gonna pop over to Avant-Garde Exotics because I don't actually have a jack that can fit underneath the car in its current condition. It is so low. I need a low profile jack and the right lug wrench to take this off, take the wheel to them, and get the tire fixed. Oh, my sister's here too.
Hello.
She's driven the G-Wagon, so we're gonna put her in the video and see what she thinks about it as well. All right, let's roll in a bit. So my buddy Sebastian just showed up in his M2 competition, and we're about to do some awesome stuff to it thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Carly. Carly is an awesome tool that gives you unbelievable control over your vehicle. With this OBD2 sensor and the associated mobile app, you can do everything from check fault codes to do an odometer fraud check, and you can even unlock hidden features in your car. That's one of my favorite parts. We're gonna unlock some hidden features on the M2. All you've gotta do is insert the sensor into your OBD2 port, then turn the car on, connect to Carly via Wi-Fi, and open the super easy to use app. Check out all of the options that we've got. First, let's check for any faults. What's really cool is if you work on your car yourself, you can even reset service intervals. There's even a live parameter function where you can view limitless data about your engine in real time. Diagnostics, continue to diagnostics, start to diagnose. So here we have all of the error codes that the car is bringing up. The main one being catalytic converter efficiency below threshold. That's because he doesn't have any catalytic converters. What I really want to show you is how cool the coating ability is. So from the factory, the M2 doesn't have folding mirrors when you lock the car. Having your mirrors fold in when you lock the car, and then when you unlock it, they unfold, is a really good way to tell that your car is locked without having to double check. But we can actually code that feature into the M2 using Carly. So here's what the car looked like before when you locked and unlocked it. Mirrors don't fold. We'll go to coding, continue to coding, check coding possibilities. There are literally endless things that you can control on the car. It is freaking epic. All right, comfort mirrors on for opening and closing. Code now. And check this out, when you lock the car now, the mirrors fold inwards, and when you unlock it, they pop back out. One more really cool hidden feature that I found has to do with the chimes when you turn the car on. So right now it's got the normal BMW chime on the iDrive. Head to iDrive. And check this out, we can make it sound like a Rolls Royce. Listen to this. Sounds exactly like the Rolls-Royce Cullinan I just drove. The best part is Carly is not just available for BMWs. It also works on Mercedes, Toyota, Porsche, and more. So click the link in the description below and use code VEHICLE20 for 20% off your Carly purchase. Seriously, guys, this tool is amazing. Check it out. So you just drove the G-Wagon. I'm curious, what did you think about the driving experience? You've never driven one before, right?
Nope. I would say I was a little bit underwhelmed.
Okay,
like
how come?
I was expecting it to be a lot more luxurious inside, and not necessarily, obviously the seats are really nice and there's carbon fiber and such, but it feels sort of like you're in a tank. And for what I would think would be the market audience, which is seemingly like a housewife or someone going out and either picking up their kids or getting groceries and stuff, it seems like you'd want a car that was a lot more comfortable to drive. Like for instance, I would say like a Maserati, how that drives is, I personally don't love it because I think it's super focused on being comfortable and luxurious, and I mean, it sounds really good, but it's not very sporty versus this kind of feels like it's trying to be two things at once. Like it's trying to be really sporty, but then also trying to be like a picking up groceries and the kids type of car.
So that's my number one thing that I hate about the car is the ride quality. It is slightly better than a G550, which literally rides like a bag of bricks. Actually, if you've never driven a G-Wagon, they drive so poorly. The body roll in this thing is like, it actually, the car looked like it was about to flip then. When you floor the gas, the car lurches back like nobody's business. When you're on the brakes, freaking tips forward, and it just gives you no confidence. Sorry for the loud noise, we straight piped it the other day. But it doesn't ride well whatsoever. The 65 is supposed to be that utmost luxurious feeling of comfort and refinement, and in the G-Wagon, you just don't get that whatsoever. The second thing I hate about it is it's not actually all that fast. So yes, it does have a huge V12. It's a 6-liter twin turbocharged V12, 621 horsepower and 738 pound-feet of torque, which is a lot. But it also weighs 6,200 pounds. And when you compare it to today's SUVs in this price range and even cheaper, it's not fast whatsoever. So the Tesla Model X P100D does 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. The Bentley Bentayga does 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. This, they don't even advertise it because they're embarrassed, because for $220,000, it should be a lot faster. In fact, we're gonna test it out right now. I've got the V-Box with me, and I wanna see how fast this car can do 0 to 60. All right, we're gonna do a launch now to test out the 0 to 60. We are in sport mode, and let's see. I mean, it's definitely not slow, but it's not a rocket ship by any means. So, well, it's actually not terrible. 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. So compared to other $200,000 SUVs, yeah, you're not getting that level of acceleration. Honestly, yeah, the launch is pretty good because it's all-wheel drive, but after that, it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel all that quick to me. The third thing is the price. The price is like ridiculous. I've actually got the original window sticker on me right here. Starts at $222,700. This car as option is $224,725, which, that's a cop. Hello.
That's a cop. Hello.
Nope, fake cop. Damn you. When this car originally came out, it was the most expensive SUV in the world. Now we've got the Bentley Bentayga, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. The Bentley Bentayga actually starts at a lower base price if you get the V8 model. The W12 starts at $229,000. But the Bentayga, the interior is immaculate in comparison. This feels kind of sparse. It feels like extremely, extremely dated. Yeah, it's got quilted leather, but like, I mean, what do you think in general about the interior?
Yeah, I mean, I just think everything about it was underwhelming for the price. Granted, if you saw this and it was maybe $100,000 car,
yeah,
then I think my perspective would be different. But for $220,000, when you're looking at, like you said, the Bentayga or other SUVs that are comparable, it's just, there's no comparison. And that's like, I don't know why you would buy this.
That's the issue. When this car was, well, I guess it was new recently, but there would be no point in getting a new G65 when we've got the new generation of G-Wagon out, which is so much better in every way, shape, or form. But when this car originally was released, the G550 started at $91,000. And other than the engine, and yeah, you get some wheels and an upgraded front bumper and some quilted leather, it's basically the same car. So you're getting the same car as a $91,000 car for $220,000+, which it just doesn't feel that expensive to me driving it around. The only thing like that you can hold is, hey, did anyone see my badges? Did anyone notice that I have a V12? Yeah, or if you pass a G63 owner, you can just salute like, you peasant, you only have a G63. But honestly, the price is just like an ego thing. You buy this to say that you have a V12, to say that you have the best the best G-Wagon possible, but there really is no point to this car. Like, the price differential between this and a G63, you could literally get a G63 and a C63 as your fun weekend car, which would be a much better garage setup than just one G65. All right, next up is the technology. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but on a car this expensive, it had no comfort access, so you had to unlock the car from the outside. You couldn't just walk up to the door and unlock it. And then you have to insert the key into a slot to turn it on. There's no push button start, so that's kind of annoying, especially compared to literally every other car in its price range has comfort access, and cars even like $20,000, $30,000 have that. My biggest gripe though is that it doesn't have any of the safety as well as like lane keep assist features that other luxury cars like an S-Class or a 7 Series or even just a upgraded E-Class have. I feel like part of a luxury driving experience nowadays is having that hands-free driving experience. Like on a Tesla Model X, you simply turn on autopilot and the car steers itself within the lanes. In this case, well, it doesn't do that at all. It has Distronic Plus, which is adaptive cruise control, but that's old technology. I love the fact that I can put on Distronic Plus in my E63, and on the highway, it steers itself around the corners. It's just such a, honestly, now it feels like a necessity in a luxury car, and this doesn't have anything like that. Then lastly, it's not really good at anything. Like, it tries to be good at everything, and then it falls short in all these categories. Like, yes, it's capable off-road in the G550 form. It's got 3 different locking differentials, but now we've got 21-inch wheels with low-profile tires that are easy to bend and easy for the tires to pop, so that's not necessarily any good. It's also so expensive that are you really going to take it off-road? No. Pretty much no G-Wagon owners are going to take their cars off-road. They're going to take them to the mall. So then, if they're going to take them to the mall, you'd want it to be a comfortable driving experience, and like I said, it rides kind of like a bag of bricks. It's just not all that comfortable. So it tries to be an off-road car, it tries to be an on-road car, and it kind of sacrifices in both cases. Anything else you can think of that you don't like about it?
No, I would say that's the biggest thing, is it's trying to be 2 different things and then they're contradicting each other.
Yeah.
Like you said about the fact that it wasn't push to start, I was kind of surprised about that. Although I think the door handles not being, you know, when you walk up and it opens, I think actually having to push the button is them trying to make it sort of...
Yeah, no, it's definitely harking back to this was originally a military vehicle,
right,
and it's supposed to be like analog and intense, but at the G65 level, you do kind of expect certain creature comforts.
Right.
So that's enough. We'll stop shitting on Amir's car. We're headed to AGX now, so we can fix the McLaren. I will say the driving positioning of this thing is pretty cool. You're seated so upright, that massive vertical windshield, you feel like you're towering over everything. Well, I think that truck up there is exploding. Let's check this out. Oh my God. Wow, that is a lot of smoke. Holy crap. I don't know why this cracks me up so much. The like Playboy woman on the back of this truck. Just picked up a low profile jack and wireless impact wrench from AGX, so we can finally take the wheel off and inspect the tire on the McLaren, and then take it back to Avant-Garde Exotics and get, hopefully, just that little puncture hole patched up. I need a low profile jack. If the car wasn't completely flat, I think my jack would fit underneath it, but this is gonna be much better. Check this out. So even the low profile jack will not fit under the side skirt to the jacking point. So I'm gonna roll it up onto some pieces of wood to get the front tire a little bit more off of the ground, but probably gonna do it actually in the garage because it's a lot more level there, because I'm gonna have to leave the car for a little bit while I go get the wheel fixed. This will be helpful. Thing's pretty light. Well, that looks like the candidate for the flat. The good news is it is well away from the sidewall, so it should be patchable. Wheel loaded up in the back, time to go to AGX. Sebastian is back, headed to AGX. He hasn't heard the straight pipe V12 yet. It's pretty ridiculous. This GLE has yellow walled tires. That looks so bad. Oh man. Pulling up to Avant-Garde. What up, dude?
Oh, what's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Watch how late the tack is.
Okay. That's ridiculous. Well, it sounds good anyways.
Sounds tough.
Murcielagos for days. We got another one rolling in. All right, well, Mark's helping me get the exhaust back on because as easy as it was to take off, it really wasn't all that easy to put back on the ground. I figured a lift would be a lot more helpful. We got Mitch, the wheel doctor, over here, patching my second tire and way too recent.
All good now.
It's all good? Dude, you gotta show off that new tattoo. Thing's badass.
Well, it's still not done yet, but
Look at that, look at that.
Did you see Mark? You know Mark is back over there, right?
Where is he?
He's over there.
Oh, okay. No, that looks awesome, dude. Seriously, congrats.
Thank you.
Can you believe these tires are only 225s in the front?
No.
It's like a Prius.
Shot fired.
Literally, by the time I went over there to look at Mitch's tattoo, Mark is done with the exhaust. Guess that's why they call him AGX.
I thought it was the 1 minute man.
The what? The 1 minute man? That's not about his exhaust work. So we're installing an AGX plate on Amir's car, but what he doesn't know is there's a cute little note on the underside. And now we can tell if he watches my vlogs or not, and if he doesn't, then the next owner of this car is gonna get a pleasant surprise when they read what it says on the back. I can't even show it in the vlog. That's how funny it is. All right, let's hear that stock exhaust. Oh, I can't even hear it.
What? It's not even on yet. So cute. Yeah.
Lame.
I think the best mod is the license plate frame.
It's good, it's good. This is what happens when you do too fat of a burnout. Look at that. That tire is freaking destroyed. That's worse than anything I've seen you do, and that's hard to do. All right, well, thanks again to AGX. They kill it every single time, helping me out with the McLaren and getting the G-Wagon back into business. No more drone. I gotta say, driving the G65 around without the muffler delete is definitely a more pleasurable experience, but seriously, something about the driving experience, the suspension is so loose, the steering is so unpredictable, and it just floats from side to side. It actually feels like you don't have a lot of control of the vehicle driving it down the road. It kind of feels like, Sebastian's M2 crackling, it kind of feels like the car is driving you and you don't have all that much control of it. So not a huge fan of the driving experience. Now it is time to put the wheel back on the McLaren and finally drive that car for the first time in about a week and a half. Car's jacked back up again. Time to crank this thing down to 110 pound-feet. Well, she's back on the road for another day. Time to get changed now. I'm taking my sister to Nobu as her graduation present. Me and her both absolutely love sushi. Place in Malibu, got a beautiful, beautiful view, and it's a perfect excuse to drive the 600 LT. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. And just so you guys know, obviously, I do like the G-Wagon in general, and the new generation car is fantastic. It basically fixes all of the issues that I have with the G-Wagon. But the G65, just not my cup of tea, and I don't think it's worth anywhere near the money that they're going for. I look forward to seeing you next video.